So you're a beginner and you can play a few things, but they just don't sound that good. Well, hopefully after today's video, we can put that problem in the past. Hey folks, this is Mark from Harmonix Tuition, and today I have 3 blue style licks which are great for beginners to learn, but more importantly, they contain techniques that will make the stuff that you can play already sound way better and far more professional. So we'll do each lick in turn, and then at the end I'll give you some advice on how you can practice these and make them sound as good as possible. Okay, so stick to the end for that. Okay, but for now, let's check out the licks and let's break them down. Okay, so this first lick focuses on sliding as a technique, okay? So we're on the low E string here, we're gonna go 3-5, then we're gonna move over to A and go 3-5, and then slide to 7. And I'm gonna do that by playing 3, hammering to 5. Okay, with my finger, just hammering it down, like that. Then I'm gonna move to the A string, play the 3, but I'm not gonna hammer the 5 this time, I'm gonna pick it with a downstroke, so 2 downstroke picks. And I'm gonna use that volume that I've got now to slide to 7. So 1 2 3 1 2, like that. So I'll show you the second part now. So like the first octave, pick, hammer, then moving over to the G string, pick, slide, but this time slide again, like that. Then we're pulling off to 5, giving it a quarter bend, and landing on the root. Okay, so let me show you that nice and slow all together. And that's lick number 1. Okay, so lick number 2 also uses slides and quarter bends as well, but we're going to be going down here and using a shuffle feel. Okay, so it's going to be a bit sort of a lower registry here. So we're going to start on fret 5 on the D. Okay, and then we're going to play this 7 here on the A with our third finger, but we're not really going to let that 7 be heard at all. You'll notice this sometimes in blues. You'll notice people slide into notes extremely quickly, and it's just a very, very subtle thing, but it sounds really professional. So we're going to start on 5 on the D with downstroke. Then our third finger comes over onto the 7, but as I said, we're not really going to let that be heard much. We're going to play it with a downstroke and immediately slide it like that, okay? And then with our first finger, we're going to play fret 3, and we're going to give that a slight quarter bend like we did earlier. So like that. Then we're going to come over onto the low E, and we're just going to play 5 3 5. But we're going to do this in a shuffle feel. So instead of playing 1 2 3 like this, we're going to play 1 2 a little bit later, and then 3 on time. So what you get is this. I'm doing a down, up, down. Okay, and that's a shuffle feel. So it's not, it's like that. Okay, so the second note is a little bit late. So all together. Incidentally, I've also done another video lesson for beginners which shows you how to play the pentatonic scale and extend it, and it goes very, very well with this video. So I'm going to link it up here so you can check it out at the end, okay? So for lick number 3, we're actually going to be doing some descending triplets. Now, it sounds a bit scary for beginners, I know. So I'm going to try and keep it as easy as possible. We're only going to be using our first and third fingers, so that will keep it simple for you. And this is in the middle of the A minor pentatonic scale. So we're going to be using the 3 middle strings. Okay, those notes there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on fret 7. And with descending triplets, you basically, whatever note you're starting on, you're going down 2 and back 1. So we're going to be playing this 7 on the G with a downstroke, pulling off to 5. Then this note is going to come over onto the 7 on the D with a downstroke. Okay, so that's 3 notes. So 1 2 3 like that. Then we're immediately going to go back to our first finger, play that with an upstroke. Then we're going to come back over onto the 7 on the D, play that, then pull off the 5. Okay, and that's the second set of triplets. Okay, 1 2 3 1 2 3. So 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, think of a waltz. One, bum, ba, la, bum, ba, dum, bum, ba, dum, bum, ba. Okay, that's triplets. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So it's pick, pull off, pick, 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 pull off. Okay, pick, pull off, pick, 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 pull off. Like that. Okay, and then we do that over the 3 strings. So then we repeat that again, but this time we go over to this 7. So down, remember, whatever note you're starting on, you go back 2 notes. We end here, and then we go back to the root. So nice and slow, it'll look like this. Okay, once we hit this 7 here, we're going to bar 5 and 5 on the G and the B respectively, okay? And this is where you're going to get a little bit of technique here, because I'm going to show you how to do a double stop bend. So we're going to play only those 2 strings, okay? And then we're going to give that a little quarter bend, okay? So you're going to have to hold your first finger down quite tight there and just drag it a little bit, like that. And then we're going to go back to the 7 on the D, which is the root. Okay, so nice and slow all together, that'll sound like this. Okay, and if you notice there, when I land on that 7, I'm stopping it hard with my hand just to stop the sound. So it's just a sharp little note. Okay, so for some tips and advice, don't use too much distortion so you can really hear the notes quite cleanly, even though there's a bit of crunch on it. You only need, sort of a small amount of crunch, maybe like, kind of that kind of sound. So it really picks up that kind of bluesy vibe. And use a bit of dynamics with your right hand. I know for beginners this is not that easy, but maybe when I've told you to pick, just pick that little bit harder so you can really hear the notes and really work through what you're doing. Okay, it's going to help you in the long run anyway. I'd recommend as well, if you're doing this to a metronome, you keep it nice and slow, get the movement of the notes really clean, and each note sort of lasts the same amount of time, unless of course you're doing shuffle feel, which is a bit different. And just ensure that you're not trying to do things too quickly. The slower you go and the cleaner it goes, the better it's going to sound when it speeds up. And that's advice at any level. When it comes to the descending triplet lick, just take it as slow as you need to make those 3 notes last as long as each other. You shouldn't be dragging any notes like this, okay? It should be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so whatever you have to do to get it like that, just keep it nice and slow, and each tick of the metronome should be the first of every 3 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to leave this video here as mentioned earlier, which goes very, very well with this video, so make sure you check that out. And also the beginner playlist for you here. I'm sure there's something in there that will benefit you, so make sure you check it out. Thank you very much for watching today, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.